Okay, I know we don't do this very often, but sometimes we need to purge ourselves of our secrets. Maybe some lies. So, let's keep it loose, speak freely, get it all out in the open, then get together for a community hug and send these outsiders on their way. Milos, my man, the gourd of transparency, please. This is your left shoe, Milos. The gourd. I need the gourd.
Oops.
Okay. Thank you. Remember, if you want the floor, you must hold the gourd. Now, who'd like to get something off their chest?
I do.
Of course.
This is beyond ridiculous.
Thank you. I have had a series of deliciously impure dreams where I'm dumping out cold butter, sugar, raw eggs, flour, and chocolate chips all over the exposed body of that man.
This is a rough moment for me.
We have a history.
That's not...
He washed my bloomers.
Okay, they were community bloomers. I told you that on the phone. And I was assigned those bloomers as a work assignment from Eli.
They were so clean.
Okay.
Thank you.
That was great. Excellent. Your empathy transport should be well tonified. Now, for our next exercise, you're going to need a partner. Who'd like to be mine?
Oh, me! Me, I want to be your partner. Please. But first, I'd like to try a little exercise of my own. It's called Raise Your Hand if you're a swindling crook pretending to be a spiritual leader.
What are you talking about?
Let me ask you all a question. Who here, other than Milos, wasn't making a ton of dough before joining this community? Gus?
You actually joined this freak show?
No. But I ain't mad at the idea of it.
Of course, everyone here was wealthy. Why do you think they came to me? Wealth creates unhappiness.
Did they really just come to you, Eli? Really? Upon arrival, you all signed this piece of paper, correct?
Well, yeah, it's a pledge of simplicity.
Right. It's a carefully worded document that gives Eli here power of attorney, which means he now owns everything that used to belong to you.
Don't listen to him. He is a slave to his own cynicism.
I'm a slave to love, Jack, and fashion, and movies where dogs cover their eyes when couples get intimate around them. Nicole, that man you went to meet that day, his name was Dan Cooper. He was a cop, and he was murdered by Eli, not your ex-husband. Cooper was the one guy that knew what Eli was up to. His sister, Cynthia Cooper, used to live here for years.
It's true. She was here before all your time.
But then she left, and she discovered she was ruined and was never the same. And that is when Cooper decided to start building a case against the man responsible.
He's right. We confirmed it with his boss.
That's why Cooper reached out to you, Nicole, pretending to be a lost soul.
You mean all he wanted was information about the commune?
That's correct. Though if he had actually met you, I suspect he would have wanted much more. Eli did his homework. He knew that Cooper was onto him, so he tracked him down and killed him in cold blood. The one thing he wasn't expecting was you, Nicole, witnessing the whole thing. That was a hell of a surprise, so he had to act fast. He thought he had you, but then he was blindsided again. Although your esteemed leader did catch one break, Nicole didn't get a good enough look to know it was him, and when she returned, he knew his secret was safe.
This is total insanity. Look at how I live. What would I do with all this wealth you think that I'm stealing?
Oh, I don't know. Flee the country, perhaps?
You applied for a U.S. passport last Tuesday.
So? How do you know that, by the way?
You're not the only one around here who sees things, brother. He was planning on taking all the stuff he stole from you and fleeing to beautiful Antigua to live in the house that he now owns, courtesy of Jeff.
Eli, is this true?
Of course not, Milos.
No!
I devoted my life to you!
Should I shoot him in the leg?
Now, that's got mad wheels.
Wow, Sean, why am I wearing mala beads around my neck?
Because you're a fool.
Are you ever gonna let me forget about this?
No, I'm not. That's gonna leave a mark.